for the police, and that was when they were using it as a police training school. This is the entrance to the Dutch church. You know, when the Portuguese came, they had their church at the center of the courtyard. However, when the Dutch came in, they would not use the Portuguese church, so they stopped that one and had this built. This was known as the Dutch Reformed Church. Dutch Reformed Church. Up on the entrance, you can see this inscription taken from Psalm 132 that says, "Zion is the temple of the Lord, and here is his eternal resting place." Ironically, just underneath or below the church, we have the female slaves' dungeons. The balustrade before us, the middle sign, is said to be initial of King Williams of Orange. Other historians portray the same W to be the logo for the Dutch West Indies Company. But if you go through the books, you get to know that the private Dutch West Indies Company had three letters put together as the logo. They had G and C in the W. However, at the point in time, the company itself became bankrupt, so the state took over. And when they did, they removed the G and the C and they left the W. So this stood for the king at the same time for the company. And on both sides of it is alleged to be a family coat of arms of a governor and his wife. And just below it, we have the magazine where they kept ammunition or explosives. Now it's full of bats. From the time all these countries in Africa started getting their independence, every country had been trying to reconcile the African people all over the world one way or the other. In the early part of the 1990s, the chiefs in Ghana also had their turn. They had a ceremony here called Fihankra, simply suggesting that when you were going, you never had the chance to say goodbye. After the ceremony, the chiefs, led by then President of the National House of Chiefs, called Nana Odro Nimapal II, went to the United States, precisely New York. They had a long discussions not only with Africans in America, but all other parts. And when they came back home, this came up. So going through the dungeons always ought to be in the everlasting memory of the anguish of our ancestors. It should compel us to pray for all those who died to rest in peace, all those who love to return find their roots, and that man never again be given the chance to commit such crimes against man, and we the living ought to vow to uphold this. So as we go out of the castle, we carry the responsibility of doing the little we can do in our own small ways, making sure this evil never again repeat itself. Everyone who had been to the castle after the tour had something to say. The comments made vary greatly. As some say it was interesting, others will say it was evil that should not be allowed to be repeated. A young guy after the tour had a letter written titled, "A Letter to My Ancestors." My dear beloved grandmother, thank you for being such a strong force in my life, as well as the others you have interacted with over your lifetime. It is because of you that I am who I am now and aspire to be. Thank you for your love, strength, honesty, integrity, faith, and guidance. It is certain, however, that no matter what they say, they all believe we should never go back to such days. How true, and what are we doing about it? It is true we cannot undo the past, but we can surely affect the future. But how positively we do it will be our personal responsibilities.
You've been gone, it's an empty home. Come on back where you really belong. You are always welcome home, welcome home. You've been kept down for much too long.